Good morning. We're ready for section 14.4 in math. We're going to be doing currency conversions. Currency, of course, means money. We've been practicing on converting amounts, distances, lengths, that kind of thing. Now we're going to move it on to money because it's just one of those other things, another part of life. My daughter right now, Lydia, is in Cuba today, she is, and so she took some American money with her so that she could exchange it for some Cuban money. I don't know what they call their money. Anyway, so she took some money to do that, and so those are things that you will have to do in your life. Sometimes I've never had to, but I have never had to because I've never gone anywhere. That's okay because I'm happy at home. All right, so in America, of course, we use the dollar. Different countries all over the world use different kinds of currency called different things, and the rate between how much their money is to an American dollar is called the exchange rate. It's just a ratio is all it is, and generally the exchange rate changes day to day, so oftentimes you have to just check it online to see what it is. Sometimes there's also an additional fee when you go exchange money for the person that converts the money. So anyway, you just have to figure that one out. Okay, let's look at the top of 287 where it says example. So if 2 British pounds equals 1 US dollar, how much is 8 pounds in US dollars? This is just a plain Jane proportion is all it is. So you've been given the ratio $1 to 2 pounds. So there's 3 ways there at the top of 287, 3 different ways to convert it. The one in the middle, the one that looks the hardest, is actually probably the most simple, and it's also the one that we're going to be practicing on all week long to convert all different kinds of things. So you might want to be familiar with all of those, but to me, the easiest, since I've been going through this, is the conversion via the ratio shortcut. So what they did is they said they had 8 pounds. They multiplied that by the ratio $1 to 2 pounds, and then pounds mark out. I'm sorry for that sound in my microphone. I'm not sure why that's doing that, but I apologize for that. Anyway, so pounds X's out pounds, so you're left with 4 over 1, which would be $4. The next example, while in Britain you find an item marked 45 pounds. How much will it cost you in US dollars? Assuming a conversion rate of 1.602 British pounds to US $1. 1 US dollar. All right, now generally you're going to need, it's hard to do it in your head. You can do it, but generally you're going to have a calculator or some paper handy in order to get that done. So the rate is $1 to 1.602 pounds. Now the conversion via the proportion, they said 45 pounds to how many dollars? And that's equal to 1.602 pounds to $1. Of course, then you just do the proportion. But the conversion via the ratio shortcut, I'll show this up here. I know you can see it on your paper, but sometimes to see it worked out one piece at a time might be easier. So they have 45 pounds. I'm just going to put P. 45 pounds times the conversion rate. $1 to 1.602 pounds equals. Now how this works is this cancels out this, and then you just bring it over. 45 times 1, because you're left with dollars, and that's what we want. You might ask yourself, well, how do I know which way to write the ratio? The unit that you are seeking goes on top. Okay, so 45 times 1 is 45 over 1.602. And so then when you do this division on your calculator or on your paper, then you come out with $28.09. Okay, so you'll just cancel it out. Always make sure the unit you are wanting is on top. Okay, let us, in that gray box right there, it's funny because my daughter is today a missionary. She's in Cuba. And anyway, sorry, I had to go see the tent that my children built. They were so proud of it. Anyway, so back to this. My daughter in Cuba is a missionary now. So these are things that she might want to have to think of. But she did have to do that. But anyway, that little gray box down there just kind of tells you about what missionaries have to do with the, and sometimes they get less money. So we have to always be very discerning with the money that we send to our missionaries. Okay, look at your worksheet. It's 14.4. I want to help walk you through a couple of these. And you can use your calculator on every section except number 4. Number 4, they want you to do that on paper. So let's look at number 1. So the conversion rate we're using is $1 US, which is represented by the dollar sign, equals 0.63 British pounds, which is represented by that little funny looking sign, which is the pound sign. Okay, so on A, so let me write our conversion right up here at the top so we won't forget. So 1, no, I don't like it when it does that because it looks funny. Okay, so $1. Oh, no, it's supposed to be a actual dollar sign, isn't it? Okay, so $1 to 0.63. How do you do that? Well, it looks like a fancy L. Yeah, that takes too long. Okay, this is our conversion rate that we're using. Okay, so on 1A, we're converting to pounds, $405. So here's how you're going to set that up. You are going to take your $405 and we're going to multiply that by this conversion rate. But now we have to determine which goes on top and which goes on bottom. Well, we are wanting pounds, so pounds are going to go on top. Oh, we need to put our dollar sign there too. Okay, that's how your problem is going to be set up. Remember, whichever unit you are wanting to be your answer, that's what's going to be on top. That's how you know how to turn that ratio around, because you know that ratio is the same. You know, those numbers are the same. So what we're going to do then is we are going to cancel out the dollars. So that means we're left with just pounds, which is what the problem says. Okay, so now we're going to do this. We're going to take our calculator, we're going to multiply 405 times 0.63. Okay, so you'll want to take that. And we're left with 255.15 pounds. And the reason we know it's pounds is because that's the only unit that we're left with. I don't even know. Anyway, something like that. Okay? Does that make sense? That's how you do that one. Okay, let's work on the second one together right quick. On B, we're going to do converting to pounds. No, let me do the dollar one. Let's do C. You can do B yourself exactly like we just did. And I just erased my thing up here, but that's okay. Okay, so on C, we're converting to dollars. 56.90 pounds. So let's write our fancy pounds. 56.90. My pen went back to that. I don't like that. Okay. All right. And then we're converting this then to dollars. So that means that we want our ratio to show 1 to, what was the fancy pound? 0.63. Is that with the conversion rate? Yeah. Okay. What you do after you set it up is you cancel out these units. And then what you do is you just multiply the, because you know this is actually over 1. So basically you've got two fractions right here with just one unit, which is $1, which is what we're after. So that's what we're going to be getting. Okay, so we're left with our $1 there. So basically this is what we have, is we have a fraction that we're multiplying. So I don't know if you remember, but you really can't do it this way. But if these were whole numbers, you could cancel them out, but we're not going to worry about that right now. So basically we're just going to multiply across. So 5690 times 1 gives us 5690 over 1 times 0.63 gives us 0.63. Okay, you know this is division. So we're going to take our calculator and we're going to put in our 5690 divided by 0.63, and we get $90.32 because we'll have to round that. $90.32. And of course our answer was supposed to be dollars, so $90.32. Does that make sense to y'all? Okie dokie. So that's what you're going to be doing on, make sure you do B and then you'll do D, same way we just did this one. And then on number 2, it's the same thing, it's just kind of working it into a word problem, but it gives you the conversion rate of $1 US equals 31 Thai bahts, I guess. I don't know how you'd say that. So anyway, you'll want to go ahead and try to do those conversions. I'm not going to grade this page though. On the back, number 3, it's the same thing except you're visiting Spain and you'll be using euros. 1 euro is 1.3 US dollars. So you'll work on those. Number 4, don't use your calculator, do it on paper. And course 5 is just your flashcards. You don't have to do the flashcards. So anyway, I'm not going to grade this page, but I'd like to see how you do on it. Let me know if you need any help.